For this exercise, we will be preparing a bank reconciliation. The way we normally prepare a bank reconciliation is the following. For what month? In this case, we'll prepare it for the month of February, February 28th. Let's go to the balance sheet, in this case, or you could have gone also to the trial balance, and we have one bank account, and the bank account is the checking bank account. You notice the GL balance on February 28th is $16,705. We need to know what were all the transactions for that particular month, which is February. So let's click on it. This is a general ledger printout of our transactions for the month of February. If you notice, the ending balance is $16,705. Now that we have that information, we will export this info on a Excel spreadsheet. This is our same general ledger exported on an Excel spreadsheet. Now, what are the things that we need in order to prepare a bank reconciliation? Well, we need the prior month bank reconciliation. In this case, I have not presented it because it's not required. In the subsequent bank reconciliation problems, I will demonstrate a prior month bank reconciliation that is required. For this particular exercise, we're going to keep it simple. Don't worry, you will understand every other bank reconciliation that come along. We need to provide you with the current month general ledger checking bank account. See above. This is it. We need to provide you with this information. What are all the transactions that happen in our general ledger? The next thing we need to provide is a copy of the Royal Bank bank statement. This is the Royal Bank bank statement right there. Then how do we prepare a bank reconciliation? Very easy. You need two columns. One column will say balance per books, and the other one will say balance per bank. Whenever we begin, here I have books, and here I should have written the word bank. The very first thing that we do, now I get this message again, the very first thing that we do is the following. What is the ending balance per books? Well, the ending balance is $16,705. I'm going to highlight it for you. Then the next item, what is the balance per bank ending balance? Ending balance is $22,645. I'm going to highlight that for you. Remember, we mentioned in the e-text that whenever an event happens in both cases, they're exactly the same, there's nothing to do. No reconciling item. So let's begin with the debits. The debits in the bank mean that we made deposits. So here I have interest revenue that was deposited for $1,500. Do I see the same deposit in the Royal Bank statement? Yes, I do. Because they're the same, there is nothing to do. Then I go down to the next one. Bel Air Commerce Inc., $2,000. Is the $2,000, does it appear anywhere here as a deposit? It does not. Therefore, it is a reconciling item. How do we handle this reconciling item? Well, per books, we added the $2,000. Therefore, per bank, we need to add, and this is what we call a deposit in transit. So the $2,000 now is a reconciling item because it does not appear as a deposit in the bank statement. The $1,500, Daycare Inc. also paid us $1,500. Does it appear in our bank statement? Yes. The fact that it is exactly the same, you have nothing to worry about, not a reconciling item. Now we take care of all the credits in our general ledger. All the credits means money that went out of the company. $25,000. Do I see the 25? Yes, right here, $25,000. I'll be explaining the reason why the bank statement is a little bit different than our books momentarily. The $100, made a check to petty cash for $100. Did it clear the bank? Yes, it did. What about the $95? Yes, it did clear the bank also. What about the $2,000? There was a journal of advertising. We made a check for $2,000. Did it clear? No, it did not. Therefore, per books, we deducted it. Therefore, per bank, we should also deduct. That's why I have the word here, less. We should be deducting it. Sorry for using the same 2000 and 2000. In the next problem, I will not do that. So the $2,000 does not appear, therefore it's a reconciling item. The $50 is $50 clear the bank? Yes, it did. Now I exhausted all the items per books. Now let me go to the bank statement. $60 was not taken effect, or was not taken care of. So this $60, does it appear anywhere here as a deduction? No, because the bank deducted $60 for service charges, and per books we have not accounted for it. Therefore, if the bank deducted it per books, we need to do the same, less bank charges of $60. So now this has been taken care of. In all my credits, these are deposits in the bank statement. There's $6,000, which does not appear in our books because it's an electronic fund transfer. If the bank added the $6,000, we should be adding $6,000 also per books. So the opening balance of 16, or the ending balance at the end of the month per books, we add the $6,000, which is a deposit that was affected by the bank, but not the $60 bank charges, which was deducted by the bank, but we did not deduct this per books. So when we add the 6 and the 16, gives us 22,000 less the bank charges. Our adjusted book balance is 22,645. If we go to the bank balance of 22,645 at the end, we add a deposit in transit, and we also have a check in circulation of 2,000. The adjusted bank balance is 22,645 compared to 22,645. Therefore, when the amounts are equal, we say that our bank reconciliation is in balance. One thing to remember, all adjustments that we process when we prepare our bank reconciliation, they're on the book side. We must prepare journal entries. If we start off with the bank charges, that means the bank removed $60 from our bank account. We need to record the bank charges. How do we do that? Very simple. We debit bank charges, which is an expense, for $60, and we credit our checking account for $60. The money has already gone out. The electronic fund transfer, one of our customers paid the bank directly. We need to account for that and reduce the customer's accounts receivable balance. Therefore, the adjusting entry is debit our checking, and we credit our accounts receivable for $6,000. We'll be preparing another bank reconciliation. There's a few more other items, and hopefully it'll be very simple to understand. Now, the format that you need is exactly right here, and you have this Excel spreadsheet as your template. Thank you.